good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Well, I am Dr. Dana, and you are Laura. And we are business besties in Branson. Yes, I'm excited. We've had some wonderful guests, and we're going to have some new guests coming up, too.
I know.
So it's actually been a long time since just you and I have talked.
I know. And it's like funny because the next several episodes are going to be with other guests. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is getting exciting.
It is getting really exciting. And I love when I go somewhere and people are like, oh, can I be on the show? Like, how can I be on the show? Yeah. Or I'll ask them and they'll say, you want to talk to me? Why?
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, because you're running your own business or you've ran a business or you've been involved with businesses. You know something we don't, you know? I haven't met many people that don't know something I don't know, you know, like, please teach me something. Because even if you teach us something, I might say, yeah, I'm not going to do that, but I've learned what I don't want to do. Or I've learned to go at it a little differently. Or I've thought about something that I never thought about before. Right. You know, where I'm like, I never even, like when Miranda talked about, you know, hiring outside of Branson, and I thought, well, there you go. You know, like my brain never even thought of that.
I didn't either. And when she said that to me, or in the podcast, to me, oh my gosh, that was like seriously mind blowing. Like, wow, I never thought about that. But yeah, wow. Why do we have to limit our employee pool just to here?
Right.
Because this is Branson. People love to move to Branson. Branson is a fantastic place to live.
They do. And we forget about that because we've been here. You've been here way longer than me. And I've been here long enough to be like, it's Branson, you know, and everybody wants to come here. Oh, okay. Well, we'll drive the strip if it'll make you happy, you know, but I prefer just to stay in, you know? Yeah. And so we do forget about that. So I love that other people can just open our eyes to something different and something new.
I know. I do too. That's why I like inviting people to come because I'm like, oh,
me too.
How are you doing it? Like, how are you doing it? Because you look very successful. So what's really going on?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you see women and they're beautiful. They got their hair done, the nails done. They're, you know, like, I'm running a business. Show us, right? Teach us. Like, I want to look like that. I want to be like that. But how are you doing it?
Yeah.
You know, because you can't just like, I'm going to open a business and here we go. It doesn't work like that.
No, it is. And it is our friend Cindy Kelly, who was on just, I don't know, his last episode, so many episodes ago. I mean, she's like in the trenches of starting a new business. And it's like, you know, she's all by herself and it is overwhelming. And so, you know, we just come alongside her and we're like, hey, let's do this or let's do this. And we have to have other women to help us and come alongside of us because it is overwhelming. Even if you have a partner or, you know, you're part of a big thing and you're the leader like Miranda, you've got to have outside help. You're going to go nuts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And for people to encourage you too, you know, like I've watched you start Branson Cerakote, you know, that was a long time ago.
I know.
Right. In your garage. And I remember thinking, wow, this is interesting. And then just watching, you know, watch. Like, how is she doing this? What is she doing? And then I'm learning from you. I'm watching you, you know, and I'm seeing like, no, that's what I want to do. That's what I don't want to do.
And it's kind of interesting because now I'm doing Ozarks Wellness, which is a nonprofit. It's a charity. And we are at the very, very beginning stages of it. And it's like, everyone's like, when are you going to be open? Open? Are you joking me? Right. I have spent weeks on the business plan. I'm still trying to get my funding. I'm trying to do, it's like, yeah, I have the capability of doing a lot of things, but I'm not ready to actually open my doors.
Right.
And a lot of businesses are like that. There's so much legwork before you ever get to opening your doors. Now, not all businesses are that way. There are businesses that you can start and open your door from the get-go.
True.
That Ozarks Wellness is not going to be like that.
No, you have to take care of safety on that and protecting yourself and absolutely.
Yeah, we're talking lawyers, investors, getting grants. It's a huge undertaking. However, this is what I like, and I'll stop talking about it because I am excited.
No, good. I love that you're excited.
Because my original thought on that was being for-profit, and that's the direction that my business partner is Ashley. She's another nurse, and we were going to take it that way. And it was after Jen Hunter came for the podcast, and we started talking about nonprofits that we changed focus. And it's really kind of excited me, not just a little, like almost makes me giddy inside, honestly. Because
Right.
I'm so excited thinking, this is something that's going to go way beyond me. I'll be dead and gone, and this charity will still be going.
Absolutely.
I'm excited. I just like, it's like, this is something I'm building for generations of people.
Yep. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And that's what you're doing too with your Miss Emma's Foundation.
Right. But you wouldn't know any of this unless Jen came in and
No,
chatted with us,
no.
right? In fact, like your first thought is, I'm not going to do that. I need to make money
Yeah.
and like I have to take care of my family.
Yeah.
And then Jen's like, well, yeah, so you're still going to do that. You're
Yeah.
running a business. It's
Yeah.
just different.
It's
Yeah.
different,
Yes.
and it's a lot different, which
Yes.
is, I mean, we ended up hiring Jen
right.
because I'm like, I need you. This is way beyond me, and I'm willing to pay you for your services. So we are now on board with her as our advisor.
Oh, that's awesome. I really like her a
excited.
lot.
I do too.
Yeah. And she has I don't know how she does it either, even after her talking with us. And she's going to come back in and talk about some other things too.
Yeah.
So I think that's great. But just getting to know her, that's changed the face of your business entirely.
It absolutely, completely
Yeah.
is something I would have never thought of
No.
in a million years. Like that would not have ever crossed my mind, but here we are.
Here we are. Right.
So,
And, you even think to yourself, like, I'm an intelligent person. You're an intelligent person. We have tons of degrees, right? And people think, oh, they know what they're doing. They've been educated. They know this. No, we don't. Some people have more experience. Some people have done it differently. And I don't know. I just love learning from other women.
I do too, which is why today we were going to talk about what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how do you actually do it?
Yes.
Like when you're in the middle of all of this, how do you do it? I think that was kind of spawned on the fact that Branson is a very seasonal place.
Right.
We have finished the Christmas season, and we're not going to start up again until March.
Right.
Not that we don't have tourists, and we do have people, and we do have business coming in, but it's not the same quantity. And we only have so much time to do all the stuff we want to do to prep for this next year, all of our advertising, all the things that we want to do. And it's like, you're like, oh, we got so many weeks. Now you're like, we're 1 week into January. And I was a little freaked out yesterday going, I've only got so many more weeks left to do all the stuff that I want to do for when the spring comes.
Yep.
And then that just led to one thing after another, like, how are people doing this? And like, we talk about marketing, we talk about this, but how are they doing it?
Right. Right. How are people getting this done? I agree that Branson is kind of a unique place that it is so busy, like 10 months of the year, maybe 9 months of the year, depending.
Right.
And not that we don't have business during January and February.
No, we do.
But not like July, not like December.
No.
It's crazy busy. And so we have to prepare ourselves to be crazy busy. And how can we maximize everything that we're doing during crazy busy time? Because we absolutely have no time for any of this.
Oh, and you sit here at this time of year and you think, how am I going to promote myself this year?
Absolutely.
What is my focus going to be? For instance, like with our Branson Cerakote, I sold our huge laser, which is just crazy. But everyone's like, why?
Right.
Because the reality is that the smaller lasers I use a lot more, and where the big laser is a footprint that I could put 4 smaller lasers.
And then that would make a difference.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference in productivity. So I'm like, let's balance it. It's got to go. So I sold it.
Right.
They're picking it up this month. And I'm like, oh my God, it's out of here. So, but those are big things that like, I could not have done that in the middle of the summer. Oh, no way.
You don't have time to think about it or sell it. And so now is the time to get organized, to set up your visions, to start thinking, which we're going to do a vision board.
Yes.
I'm excited about that.
Vision board party.
Yes.
Yes. The end of January. I don't know if this post will be out by then, but
I saw the post. Oh, you
mean this podcast.
Yes, our podcast.
So we may have to push this one forward in front of some others.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because we do want people to come, talking about that vision board, because not only is it preparing for our marketing strategies and what we want to focus on for the next year, but what are our goals beyond that?
Absolutely.
What do you want out of this year? What's going to be on your vision board?
Well, definitely that 501c3, which I've been practicing. Like every time I say it, I have to say C3PO. Thank you, Jen. Right? But I do want that to get going. But that's a side to the Rogue Chef, because it is something that we do. We donate money for Miss Emma's, medical fund. And so this then will start taking over what we already do, but in a different format.
Right.
And then maybe be able to do more things with that. But I'd also like to expand what we're doing, hire more chefs, teach more chefs, like, hey, can we teach you how we do this, and then we can hire you to come in and cook. And so eventually, I'd like to do that. But we start talking like these big picture ideas. If we don't have that vision right in front of us, it's not going to get done.
No,
it's
absolutely.
I did take that vision board idea. I can't wait to make mine because I probably will do it for the 501c3. But I just put like where my computer is, I just made a little note to myself that I need a recipe and I need to post my blog and I want to write a review. So every week we have to get a recipe into the paper because they publish a recipe. But I also want to, it's kind of my own goal, like I want to get a blog out at that same time. So if I have it written down, I can see it. And then one of the things that's so important is that we review people. Like we don't think about that, but it's huge.
Yeah, it is.
So I saw a post from my friend Holly Neal. Her and her husband run over in Hollister. They have the brewery. I'll think of the name of it.
I know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it used to be Vintage Paris.
No, they're up in.
Oh, okay.
No, they're in Branson. I'm sorry. Okay, Whit, you're gonna have to cut this because I can't remember it. He'll be like, "What?" Anyway, she posted, that to review other. She didn't realize how important reviews were to small businesses until she became a small business herself.
Yeah.
Right. And so we're gonna have to invite her because she has some really, really great insight. And so she posted that, and I realized that's so true. It is absolutely true. And as much as I know her, I love her. We did a master's degree together. I still haven't reviewed her business, right? And I think, dang, I really need to do that. Yeah. So if I put that as a list, as my vision every week, I want to do 1, 2, 3, these 3 things. That's it. Maybe I can do them, right?
That's a great idea for your vision board.
Right.
Like, those are very attainable things, and they're things that when you do those over, you create your habit, but that's going to come back to you as well.
Right. I mean, I would hope, like, come back and review the Rogue Chef as well.
Absolutely.
But when they see, like, the Rogue Chefs reviewing people or even Dr. Dana's reviewing people, people start to see, oh, well, I want to go here. I want to try this. Like, you don't know that these small businesses exist unless somebody tells you about them.
We print up little cards for thank you for our stencils for the business that we sell, and we always like, if you like it, give us a 5-star review, and even like with a QR code to make it easy for you.
Yep.
None.
Yeah.
None. And we've printed thousands of those cards. So I printed one specially just to put up at the front of the store.
Right.
So now I tell customers, hey, would you mind giving me, I'm just blatant.
Right.
Would you mind giving us a 5-star review? And if it's not 5-star, then don't even leave us a review and tell me why. And because I want to make it better. And then, of course, they laugh, but I'm like, and still I think there's been 1 or 2 people who've left a review. And I'm like, my gosh, what does it take to get some reviews?
I agree because we've been to places and I have the same thing, right? I have a thank you card that I write out, but I do have a little QR code at the top and says, please leave us a 5-star review. And a couple people have done it, and we've even been places where they say, oh my gosh, I'm going to leave you a review. This food is amazing. And I even know how big reviews are for small businesses. So I'm going to leave you a review. And, we get in the car, I'm like, oh, good. They're going to leave a review. Next day, a week goes by and I'm like, well, maybe they're busy. Well, maybe they're, and they don't. And, we went to that class at the chamber, the Branson Chamber about Google. And he specifically said, don't ask for reviews. It's just not cool, right? It's like,
forget that.
Well, and then I thought, yeah, but if I don't ask, they don't know I want them either.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I feel like, like leaving the QR code is kind of giving them a suggestion, like, hey, would you do this, right? Then what I do is if they post something on Facebook or if they send me an email or something, then I say, would you mind copying and pasting this right here? And I just give them the link. Here's the Google link. All you have to do, copy, paste what you already said, just put it right in there, submit, right? And that's it. And people do it if I ask them, right?
Yes.
So that would be kind of one of my recommendations is like, go ahead and ask, right? Because the worst that's going to happen, they're not going to do it.
They're not going to do anything.
They're not doing it right now anyway, because a lot of people don't realize how important that is.
I know. And it really is. It makes a huge difference.
It does.
So we've been I've been a little more mindful of that. And I think the other thing that I've been trying to do a little bit more is posting things like a selfie or whatever and saying, hey, here I am, and then tagging them so that they can turn around and share it on their page. Even those little tiny things, I'm hoping it helps somebody,
Right. And like you posted that you were in the oxygen chambers, and I'm like, oh yeah, I did that too, right?
Yeah.
Or somebody sees that and say, I want to do that.
Yeah.
If she can do it, I can do it, right?
Yeah.
And so how do I do it?
And do it, because that was great.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I agree. Cindy Kelly will love you. And she's not paying for any advertising.
No,
just for
she's
the
not.
record.
There you go.
We love what she does. Same with anybody who comes on here. Nobody pays to be on here.
Oh, no,
They just come and talk
this
to us.
This is free. Everything is free. We just want to share information.
And it's more valuable than any information I've paid for, right? Like I've learned far more just talking to other women who are doing it.
Oh, yeah. So a few things I wanted to mention, because a lot of people don't know this website exists. It's called Udemy, kind of like Academy, but udemy.com.
Okay, so
udemy.com.
Okay.
So if people don't really know how to do maybe social media or TikTok, you can get very specific. This website offers courses, but I mean, these courses are like $9 to $15, and they just take you step by step. Anything you want to learn. Like literally before I go to Vegas, I have a course I purchased from them on craps. I go and I brush up on my craps before I head to Vegas.
Wow.
But I've purchased all kinds of, graphic courses and things that make my employees go through them. Like, you're going to learn how to use this software, so just do this course.
Wow.
And, but yeah, you want to learn TikTok? Do you want to learn Canva? Do you want to learn Instagram? Go to Udemy. It's the easiest way. Like that one lady was charging $1,100 for her, and she wasn't even posting for you.
Right.
She was just telling you how to do it.
Right.
But you still had to learn how to do all of that on your own. And it's like, well, okay.
Right.
Money is money, and money's tight. I don't care what they say. We're in a recession, and let's be smart about our money. Now, Whitmore brought up a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Time. Time is money, time. So, yeah, you've got that balance.
Because he's young and thinking about going to college, and like, man, 4 years is a long time. But I know, I like, what, 4 years? You're like young, right? If I was young again, I'd do it all, I'd go to college again. I loved college and stay in college, which is why I have.
Yeah, I probably would have stayed a little bit longer.
Yeah,
the first time.
Right.
Second time, the third time. Oh, I think there was a fourth time in there. So, like, oh my God. So
yeah, I'm thinking that too. I'm like a continual student. It's okay with me. I love learning, but what a great site that we can learn those things and really learn like what we want to learn.
Absolutely. Well, and the funny thing is though, remember what you said at the end? Do you remember what you told Whitmore? Or you're telling me, you're like, well, now at this age, 4 years? No. We only have so many good years left.
This is true.
we got to be smart about this.
Oh yeah, I do feel that way. So we're. A little older, right?
Just a little bit.
Just a little. And you start to feel that strain of your body's tired, you're mentally tired, you're emotionally tired, but you still have a business that you're running and you want it to run and you want it to be successful. So then you have to start thinking 10-year plans.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I was with my students, in high school, and I'm like, let's think of a 5-year plan. Let's think of a 10-year plan. They think I'm silly, because I'm going to go to college, I'm going to get a job. You make those goals. But really, all through your life, you really do need to set those goals. Even if they're just, hey, here's my weekly goal. I'm going to get a recipe. I'm going to write a blog, and I'm going to review somebody. That's it, right?
Right.
Keep them really simple, and then you're going to get it. And then after a while, that's just going to become your habit that you're doing. But if you don't have that 10-year plan, that 5-year plan, you're not going to do
5 years is gone. And,
absolutely.
And especially... I'm just sitting there thinking, my God, I probably have 20 decent years left. Who knows what's going to happen after that? I'm like, but I'm just sitting here thinking, I got to get some stuff done.
Right.
For me.
Yep.
So let's get this done.
Right.
This is the year we're going to do it. I really think 2024 is going to be a good year.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
Too.
And I love your positivity. It's actually what's got me all through, to hear, honestly, because you're always like, oh, you can do it. Oh, this is going to be here. This is going to be amazing. being positive about something is amazing too. I'll put that up and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do these 3 things. And then reality, probably not, right? But stay positive. Yes, you're going to do it. Yes, you have to do it.
You're going to do it. Absolutely, you can do
and
this.
And then we get it done.
Yeah.
It's not anything anybody can't do.
No.
It's just a matter of putting it into your daily routine.
Well, and also when you put that into your routine, you're going to find ways to do it faster, to be more efficient, and work smarter, not harder. And the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Yes.
And so like Udemy, you have to spend time learning it. But let me tell you, after you learn that,
you can go.
You just saved yourself so much time.
That's it.
And money.
Yeah. People ask me about social media, like, how do you get this? I said, every single day you're posting Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Google, every one of them post. Like, what? How do you do that? It's just a little ritual I have, and it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yep.
I mean, that's what I was telling someone the other day. I'm like, keep it simple. Use that Canva platform. Keep it simple. And I said, I told her, I said, and for the love of money, do not be putting all these little quotes and happy things. I said, nobody wants that. Make it funny, make it interesting, make it someone goes, oh my gosh, But how many things are on Facebook that are like inspirational things? You're like,
you just keep scrolling.
Yeah. No, nobody remembers that. Make yours stand out. How do you make it stand out? Well, be funny.
Right.
Because everyone likes to laugh.
They do.
So make it memorable.
That's what we love about TikTok, We just get lost in laughing on TikTok.
Yeah.
We
What was that song? Why so serious?
Yes.
Don't be so serious. I mean, because our business and our lives are so intertwined.
You're right.
Let's have fun with this.
You're right. And if we're not having fun, then we might want to consider, what else can we do in life?
I don't know. Right? I'm not sure what else I can do because I'm just not cut out to go back to the hospital.
No.
And
I'm not going to go in a classroom again. So we're going to make this work.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to have a good time doing it.
I'm having a good time.
Yes, I have been too. Oh, we're doing good on time. I just looked over there. I'm like, oh my gosh, how long have we been talking?
Wow. And I'm really glad that we are talking about time because we do feel like we run out of time. We don't have enough time. But that's a universal thought.
I know.
Everybody's there. Like, what am I doing with my time?
I hate that when you're growing up, they're like, everyone has the same 24 hours. And you're like, well, duh. Because you have that teenage flippant attitude. Like, now we're like, oh, yeah, I only have 24 hours, but let's prioritize. I'm getting my sleep.
Absolutely.
Like, if I'm not healthy, then none of the other hours matter whatsoever.
Right.
So we're going to have to prioritize our health and our sleep and things of that nature. So now we only have so many time left, but then we have to throw in our family. We have to throw in grandkids, all of those things. And you're like, okay.
Right.
But it makes you be a lot more efficient, and it makes you realize what is important.
I agree. And you can sit down and get stuff done. Boom, 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 boom. It's done because now I have my time to be with Miss Emma or to be with, wherever we want to go.
I think John, he's as much as he irritates me sometimes.
What? I didn't notice.
I know, right? So I said, my God, we could have a reality TV show with us.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, now that he's on Zoloft, though, no.
He'll be fine.
He's going to be good. I'm not going to kill him at least. But anyways, I digress. So he told me, he said, sometimes good enough is good enough. And my little OCD part of me is like, oh, please. You know what? I have now realized, sometimes good enough is good enough.
Right.
Because sometimes, you know what? Honestly, it doesn't matter. Someone's going to scroll past that, go, oh, yeah, that's hilarious, blah, blah. It doesn't matter if I added one more animation or I did one more thing to it. It's time that I don't need to spend. Make it good enough that someone's going to laugh. They're never going to know that you could have done more, and move on.
I think that's great advice. Because I'm a perfectionist, right? And I want everything absolutely perfect. And then I get myself in this little circle because I'm like, well, I told people I'm a perfectionist, and then I just posted this, and it's not perfect. So they're going to know that I've screwed up here somehow, and man, I'll spend hours and hours and hours trying to get a post that you're just going to scroll right through in seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the research says, but I'm sure there's something out there that says a post gets so much of a second. And I'm sure it's like a millisecond, and maybe that's how they track us, because when you pause and you look, it's like, okay, like something caught their interest.
Right.
I'm sure.
And you can see the insights on most of that social media. So I can see people started watching this. For the first 3 seconds, it was 12 seconds long, right? But they only watched the first 3 seconds of something.
Okay, honestly, I didn't even know that was a thing.
It is. You can see it.
I figured there had to be something. Is that on metadata, or where are we
yes,
getting
you
this?
can get that, but it's also on your business page, like for Facebook, and if you go to Meta, you'll see that for Instagram and Facebook. And then TikTok has it. It'll send you a little notification. It's pretty cool because I'm like, wow, this many people looked at my video. Oh, you only looked at that many seconds of it. But it also helps me know what is it that triggers people, get them looking,
Right.
and then what do they not want to see, So I'm a little trial and error. I could hire somebody or I could take some classes that know these kind of things, right? And then maybe I could get better at this.
But then again, maybe if you just,
trial and
time
error.
being money, just, and if you do see something like, oh, you know what, that really worked.
Right.
Okay, so I need to replicate that.
Right.
However, people change, things change, music changes, and so
That's true.
was it the music? Was it the picture? Was it, what exactly was it in
absolutely
it?
true.
So,
I shared a video with Emma that I was making of her, doing her therapy, and she says, I don't like that. And I'm like, what? So I put a little music in the background. She goes, oh, send it to me. I'm like, music makes that much difference even at 5, right?
Yeah.
It's the same video. She doesn't care for it. But once I put that little music behind it, she's like, yeah, I want to see it.
I remember that lady said that class we took, she said, when you're choosing your music, you had to choose, I can't remember. I recorded her saying it, so I have it on my phone.
Right.
But something about you wanted to choose music that had only so many posts with it because you don't want to oversaturate. People are like, as soon as they hear that music, they're going to just go.
Right.
Just going to go.
She said something like under 10,000.
I was thinking it was 10,000.
Right.
Okay.
And depending on the platform you're on, it'll tell you if this is like a viral one that lots of people use, and how many times it's been used.
Right.
So if you stay under 10,000, like when I was on TikTok and that voice is like, and that's the end of, I'm like, I don't even want to hear that end of 24. This is how 2023 went anymore. I don't want to see your stupid video anymore. So I just like scroll pretty quickly through that. But that also tells me don't use that whenever you're putting something together.
Absolutely.
Right? So
look at there. All this information, guess where you can go and find it? Udemy.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go figure it out on Udemy.
That's it.
Save yourself a lot of money.
Or see people who do TikToks every single day. You have friends that do. Call them and ask them, will you show me how to do this? Like, help me make a video. Help me do this. Right? I say it's not difficult. So Tara's like, oh, I can do these now. And like in no time, I'm like, oh my God, yours are amazing, right?
Yeah.
But that's because she does it every single day. She knows what she's doing. So yes, it's going to take you a long time to make your first one.
Right.
It's going to take a long time to get your process started. But once you start, that's now going to become your daily ritual.
Yeah. I think that I'll put that on my vision board. To post daily on social media.
I like it.
Yeah.
I do post daily. I did just get notification from one of my groups that they denied my post.
Oh, no.
On Facebook, like you can post in groups, and they denied it. I'm like, what? You can't deny this. Like, right? It's their group. They can do whatever they want. It said excessive posting. I'm like, excessive posting? I post once a day. Facebook recommends I post 3 times a day. TikTok recommends I post 3 to 5 times a day. And Instagram. I'm like, I can't keep up with the recommendations.
Right.
But yet, this group says I'm posting daily, and that's excessive. So I just like, all right, I won't post in your group for a while, and then you miss me.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
You should, your next post you put in there, you say, hey, did you miss me?
Yeah, did you miss me? I'm back.
I'm back.
I'm back. I'm making great food. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Well, I'm kind of excited for the next few weeks. I'm glad that we got to talk
Absolutely.
Today with just us, and I'm really looking forward to some of these guests that we've got coming up. Like, we've got some really good people coming up. So
Absolutely.
I am excited.
People who are running their own business, women who know what they are doing.
Yeah.
And they're going to talk to us about how they're doing it.
Yeah.
Because I want to learn for sure.
I do too. And one of our ladies, Jess, is very much into empowering other women. So what does that mean, empowering other women? I don't know. So we're going to find out, like, what is she doing? What is she doing? Because she's got a really good name for herself.
She does.
Because of what she does for other women. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. So awesome. Well, you guys come back.
Right.
Come listen. So follow, subscribe, like all those things they say on the YouTube stuff. Do it because we need people to do it. And leave comments because we'd love to talk to you.
Oh, and we reply directly. So, you're talking to us when you leave a comment. We'll comment back for you.
Absolutely.
So it's so fun. Thank you.
Hey, have a great day.
You too.
Talk to you later. Bye.